What are beliefs? What can be a simple definition of them? Well, beliefs are judgments and evaluation about us, other people, and the world around us. Everything that we think, say, and do is based on our belief system, as well as the meaning of our experiences. Examples of our belief are the world is a friendly place, or the world is a dangerous place. Or you will always find people who are willing to help, as opposed to when people do something for you, is because they want something from you. As you can see, I chose belief that takes us in opposite direction, depending on which one we hold as true. For example, the statement, earthquakes are caused by the shifting of continental plates and earthquakes are caused by the rage of God, reflect different beliefs about what caused something and his meaning. Can you imagine how embracing one or the other will take us on a complete different path? In relation to motivation, the function of beliefs is to connect our values with our experience, making it possible or not for us to fulfill our values. That is why they are at the core of motivation. For example, if love and connection is one of my top values, and yet I believe that people are not trustable or that I don't deserve love, don't you think that holding that belief will make it harder for me to experience love and connection? You bet it would, because holding that belief will probably cause me to raise a barrier that will make it hard, if not impossible, for me to connect with others. That is why taking charge of your belief system plays a significant role when it comes to motivation. Because even if you connect your goals with your values, if you have a belief that prevents you from fulfilling them, you will inevitably lose motivation. You need to work on your beliefs so that you allow yourself to use your experiences to meet your values. Bingo! Now your motivation goes off the charts. Talking about the basic structure of belief, there is a key distinction that must be made, which is not between false and true, as most people think, but between disempowering and empowering belief. Because the latter create new possibilities while the former limits us. Why is it a key distinction? Because once a belief is embraced, it works as a self-fulfilling prophecy, and it starts producing its effect, whether it is true or not. For example, if I believe that men are not trustable, I will start perceiving, thinking, and acting in a way that will reflect that belief, which in time will create a reality that also reflects that belief. It doesn't matter if the belief statement is true or not. The same is true in reverse. Some people have accomplished the impossible because they hold a belief that says, if you really want something, you will always find a way to succeed. It doesn't matter if that statement is true or not. Once a belief is embraced as real, it will generate experiences that are congruent with it. How does the famous Nike slogan say? Impossible is nothing. What does that mean? It means that if you start to believe that the impossible is possible, the impossible will be possible for you. So the concept of impossibility in absolute terms doesn't exist unless you believe in it. You see, our beliefs come with a sort of self-defensive mechanism that makes it so that to protect a belief, we tend to distort what we perceive rather than changing the belief. In other words, when we are faced with an experience that contradicts one of our beliefs, we try to change the meaning of the experience rather than changing the belief. As it happens to a person with low self-esteem who is given a compliment and thinks, well, he's just saying that to make me happy. I didn't really mean that. I guess you know somebody who say those kind of things. But let me give you some example to explain what happens when goals and values are not aligned with our beliefs. Let's suppose that among your top values you have financial freedom and being a good person. Because of that, you want to create wealth, and you also have a belief that says that rich people are bad people. What happens is that you start making progress, and as the possibility of becoming a wealthy person becomes tangible, you step back. Why? Because you believe that rich people are bad people, and so you start to sabotage yourself unconsciously to avoid accomplishing your goal. Especially if the value being a good person is higher in degree than being a wealthy person. In that case, you need to embrace a new belief that says that being wealthy doesn't prevent you from being a good person, or even that being a wealthy person can make you a greater and a more generous person, like Bill Gates, for example, whose success and wealth allows him to save the lives of millions. As you can see, beliefs are very powerful because they greatly influence our life. They are not easy to change, at least using merely logic and thinking, and on top of that, they may be hard to identify. And the most influential one often operate beyond our conscious awareness. So how do you gain control of them instead of having them control you? Well, this is exactly what we are going to do during our next seminar, where I'm going to share with you powerful exercises to harmonize your beliefs with your goals. Make it so that there will no longer be any inner blockage between you and the realization of your dreams. I am looking forward to see that happen.